Okay, everyone. Listen up, you Chumley's Amulet Brigade. It's been a while since I last played a session of this, so I don't actually remember what's changed between now and then. But what I can tell you is I'm sort of having to await on Muntfrey, because I foolishly and recklessly put pies in the cloister. When I could just as easily put him in the bar, or could I? I put someone somewhere when I didn't need to. Yeah, there was nothing preventing him from going in the bar. But, yeah, I don't want anyone becoming vampires, so I'm sort of going to wait for that to resolve itself. However, my plan is to go kill the Necromancer Apprentice. Now, I don't know what status effects... I sort of forget what the Necromancer even does, to be honest, so I don't know what's effective against him. So I've just got a party built for straight damage. Clapsmacken takes the forefront. Boogaloo close behind. Frengulum. And a Dondlepuff at the back there, so... Now. I reckon I'll only need the one. I will take two. Because that's who I am as a person. That'll do us for that, I reckon. Two of those. What gets done to us in the ruins? What of these might we need? Who knows? I certainly don't. I have occasional use for that. I don't know. I don't know what of these to take. I'll take... So we'll have two of each. Then the requisite torches... Oh, we're running out of gold. Right, take two of those. Just because I don't remember. I don't think laudanum was even a thing the last time I fought the Necromancer, so let's go.
Mastery over life and death was chief among my early pursuits. I began in humility, but my ambition was limitless. Who could have divined the prophetic import of something as unremarkable as a twitch in the leg of a dead rat?
Who indeed? Certainly not me with my triangular fingers.
A devil walks these halls.
Ah, you see, yeah, it was already...
The mad or the desperate go in search.
Already a scrambled egg by the time I even thought. Well, it could be either of these directions. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rooms, as opposed to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rooms. It's almost certainly up there, though, is the thing. Do you fancy a little gamble, like? Well, up has the more interesting... But if it's not there... Do it. Do it, you coward. You won't. Give us the contents of your little bag. Libraries are dangerous sometimes. Fun fact about that. Ooh, divine benefit I could have, but there's not really any reason. So that'll be another thing for if I come back. Ah. Aha, redemption. Redemption in a glass of orange juice.
Continue the onslaught.
Those little friends are bad for you. Always. Get rid of them. Not even as worried about you. As dark as you make the room. Haha. Yes, efficiency. Efficiency and pendulums. That's what we're all about here in the guild of hatred. My foresight. It won the day, and shall continue to do so until it eventually stops. Caltrops! Critical caltrops make you bleed. Haha, that was all I need. Oh, lovely, 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 lovely. No need for divine benefit just yet. Maybe if we do end up having to come back. My hope is we get a map somewhere between then and now. No, just coins. No blood, only money. Don't want you. Don't need you. Don't want anything to do with you. That's something I forgot about. Glad I took some extra blood, because I don't know how many vampires I'm going to have by the end. And I'll tell you one thing, those are shocked arachnids.
Back to the pit.
Yes. You thought I couldn't identify one. Well, I've identified 4 right there. Frankly, I don't know what you were basing the assertion on that I couldn't.
Promise of safety.
I've never demonstrated any trouble with it in the past. These aspersions are unwarranted. You disgust me. Okay. You've not got much to work. Keys is what I didn't think about. You've not got much to worry about there, so I'll let you be blighted for the time being. Give you some. It feels like time. Feels like a good time for it. An urn full of ash might contain cash, but it might not, and I don't remember why.
Wealth beyond measure.
Little bit of coin.
Awarded to the
Little bit of
brave and
coin
the
scattered here and there across the pavement. Oh, you very may well have some of those, but I don't. So what's wrong with that? Architect? No, arbalist, surely. Don't shout weird things. I mean, I realise I'm not one to talk. I wanted to prevent such quarrelling. It is incredibly effective against the human race.
Their formation is
Heal me.
maintain the offensive.
You thought chops would matter. Well, I've got bad news for you, friend. They shan't. You see, I can dodge too proficiently.
Annihilated.
I'm not at all bothered by anything at all. Ooh, boo-loo. Lovely. What am I doing? What am I doing now, Peter? Oh, you're nearly dead. Simple matter. We're making good time. Heads. Oh, we don't strictly need heads anymore, or at least not in the same quantity. There's nothing in particular. There's no real use for herbs, I don't feel like, as much as there is anything else. What do I want at all in the universe? I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know what I'm going to need later. I'll err on the side of maintaining supplies for this one, just because it's a boss. And then I'll... well, that's the room I needed to see, to be honest. And some gold. Bit of gold. Consume. Consume loaves of bread. Or your money back. More gold. Got maximum goldage there. We shall now have to... Who's good at that? You are. Stack of books. Not bothered. Shove ball.
The cold stone seems bent on preventing passage.
Will you let me know? Let me know what's in the downstairs? You won't. That is infuriating. Bloody creatures. Shoot some of them. No! Okay. Good, that's the result I want by and large. What else can I... Vomit as much as you want, just don't do anything else. Where do I put the contract? I don't particularly want any more contracts, is the thing. So maybe I just leave that behind. I've got to say, if the next room is the necromancer, we are in incredibly good shape. Oh, hello. Oh,
Remind yourself that overconfidence is a slow and insidious killer.
Don't need that. Don't need it. I will keep what we have. 500 gold now. 500 gold now. You didn't show up everywhere. Right. Could this be the situation that we're here for at all? Eh? Think about that. It was one! Haha! I knew it! You hold the scroll in this very room. You're an idiot. And I have a broom. Get someone. Put that buff on them in case of heals. Oh, bones come out the floor. Ah, you make your fiends from the pit, they come when he says. What if I don't want one, though? Now you still make corpses. Oh, so you can bleed. You bleed and blight. Status effects would actually have been pretty good against you. But you know what? An unholy eldritch creature with some lanterns, a bunch of scrolls. Ooh, don't rake everything with your little bone fingers. There we go. Get some of that on you. Get some of that on you for a bit, Harold. Yes! I'm going to damage you a lot. And then I can sort of remove skeletons while healing myself. If I sort of dedicate you to the absence of pests. Because Boodaloo can no longer target Yoodaloo, I don't think. I mean, he could throw caltrops, but you're almost dead, so it feels pointless, to be honest. Aha, passive poffs. Shall spoff you off. You're hanging on by a thread, mate. Threadbare sorcerers are us. Oh no, the flesh is willing. Huh. I somehow expected the flesh to be more willing than that. What if I just scatter bits of metal at you and that's how you die? How'd you fancy that, Charles? I'm reading a book. Disgraceful way to go. I think your bones just disappear on their own if you perish first, but no need for extra bones to happen that I'm not expecting. Yeah, just that was. What are you for?
Pride precipitates a dizzying fall.
You're for an arbalist. Stun. So you can hold that. Well, with that in mind, what do I want rid of in that case? Because I think I may. How are we doing for time? I've got time. I can go back through the other rooms because like we look as though we only just started. So laudanum's expensive, but is it more expensive than? What does this do? That's pretty good. The -4 dodge is a bit of a pain in the backside. I think that's a decision I can stand by. So, I shall remain. And go backwards through the ages to another episode of Frankie and the Questionable Man. Necromancer, everyone. Turns out, not much of anything. Kinda wild. Because, as I've said, this was sort of me as someone who had, at the time, just finished playing through the game in full. We can afford to not. We can afford to not. We're doing very well. I'm gonna wait until we're further in. I might even claim divine benefit. Who knows? It's part of the fun. But yeah, I was curious because I was doing very well at the game at that point, and I wanted to know if the fact that I was in the end game and had all of this extra stuff, I can still afford to. Unlocked was making it feel easier than it in fact had been. And the answer seems to be no, I'm just quite good at it. Or they nerfed it a whole bunch. Right. Would you like to grant me boons? Divine benefit. Yes. How boonsome. Now if I go back down to that room and then we'll use the campfire. I'm smart. You're an anemic kleptomaniac, but can you read? You shouldn't have. Alright. We're doing so well now, I can afford to take the risk of reading a book. You know.
A moment of respite. A chance to steel oneself against the coming horrors.
We've only got one person who's exceptionally stressed. Fuck it. I think that still leaves us with, like... Yeah, we've got more than enough to get by. Who's got what? That's a thing you can have. Don't think we shall be needing much healing. No one can stop a nighttime ambush, but I feel like we'll survive one. Famous last words, I know, but... anyone else got? You as well. Comfort the Hellion, if you would be so kind. 10% crit with no side effects? Cool. Very good. That's good. And that leaves us with 3. Do that. Move in an ordered fashion, and I will eat this ration. Good.
The way is
Lovely.
lit. The
Now
path
then.
is clear.
Yes, let's see what secret bonuses lie the way I would have gone had I been a fool and talked myself out of it. Out of my smart move. Worms! Aha! You weren't expecting it. Wretched worms, return to the earth. I've shuffled them.
Be gone, fiend.
Shuffled them right proper. Oh. Oh, we're going near the backgammon courts tonight
In the fevered pitch of battle.
to taunt them. Yes. Halt!
Success so
All right.
clearly in view.
We weren't moving at the time.
Or is it merely a trick of the
I just like to occasionally shout halt in case anything was moving and shouldn't have been. Do these automatically result in bad? If you've not got a key. They seem to. Ah. Well, nothing came of it. One more shovel. One more shovel in the bank. Do you have any riches? You've not even got a contract. That's something I hadn't thought about. Well, the Vinters are up and running. I feel like it's not as devastating of a risk as it could have been in the past. You know, I feel like we're there. We've got the tools necessary to deal with the problem. We do need to get that flipping. Is it the Baron? We need to get the Baron dealt with so that this can stop happening, because it's honestly getting on my pokey snoot.
A momentary abatement.
It's wicking me off, frankly.
Obliterated.
Ooh. Upward swish, and now it's critical. Ah, the vomit got me eventually. But you will also die. Whoa! Hefty swips. I think not. Remove it from you. Yeah, well, we knew it was a risk. And I'm bleeding instead anyway, and now there's 2 of us. Gonna do that. Because I will have a chance. And here I shall use bandages for emphasis to do that. What am I kicking along? I'm kicking something along surfaces, and I don't quite see what or why. Use more bandages, because you know what? I've got them. I've got them, and it's fine. I'm some lumberjacks, and it's all right, honestly. I keep getting tricked by all this literature. Ooh, Iron Maidens have never been good for me, really. There's occasionally a coin, but usually they just become claustrophobic after a horrible experience with this instrument of torture. And honestly, can you snooting blame them? Oh, you're grifting everyone's egg salad sandwiches. I think it's rude. knock you out. No, you didn't even. You've shunted the boy to the back, who I was planning on. Like I was gonna do buckshot, but now you don't get to do anything. Just make the fleas go away as quickly as possible, I guess. You're gonna get blighted for that. Haha, idiot. Yes. And then... Yes! And then... Yes. One solitary flea. Ho 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 ho! Do-ba-do-do-do. Oh! That's a lot of blood. Always a fun thing to hear. How much are you? You're 250. I think you're more than that. Yeah. I shall keep things as they are. Oh, I should have taken that instead of the 2 laudanum, because the 2 laudanum's only worth 200 collectively. Will you have any better? You're holding a book. Maybe the books will trust you. Oh, you get good things from it. That's nice. That's helpful. You got a good thing out of a book. Instead of, like, a poisonous scorpion or something. As we would usually expect. I wish they'd stop putting those in books. It's really annoying. I don't see the point. That has got to be really the weirdest form of gatekeeping I've ever come across. You'll get the blood. You can have some when we get home, really. I reckon. Seems daft using it now. When all that's going to happen is we're going to go into the next room and it'll be fine. It'll be fine, it'll be over. And then won't you feel like a fool for complaining that nothing happened when in fact it all did. Stun them. I'm underwater now and it's your fault. I refuse to accept responsibility for the fact that I've drowned. Because you put the worms there at the end of the day and it's their fault, ultimately.
Push on to the task's end.
Good grief. Yeah. Ooh, a delicious sarcophagus. Don't tempt people with drinks. I'm furious at you for that. Have this. I don't want to die. You will instead. Push? No, you did me a shuft.
Precision and power.
Hope it was worth it. That was the last action you ever undertook. Take you out of action for a bit. No, apparently not. Never mind then.
And purpose is made clear.
Oh, you might actually... If that moves you... It did! You've half solved my problem. Which is 50% more than you usually solve my problem. Ooh. I was just expecting to weaken you and then have Dondlepoff finish you both off, but wow, that's... kudos. And just a sad pile of bones there, with his cup.
This expedition
Aha! I have an option to correct my past mistakes of laudanum-based follies. Aha, you needn't bleed. I'll take those rather than having the laudanum back. I don't want those, so I am actually going to take the laudanum instead. I only took that because there was a free space. We've all been there. Well, that's a good result. We've got some stonecutter's tools. Extra damage against stonework. I still don't know what counts as masonry, but There seem to only be like 3 enemies in the game who fit the description, to be honest, but I'll fight them nonetheless. Oh, Dondlepuff. Dondlepuff's gone up a level. Everywhere we'll see a bevel. Moing. Pies has gone on a personal vision quest. Clout's no longer outsy. Outsy? Antsy. Antsy Clout. Snood. It's all going well. I'm fine with every aspect of what has transpired. So, yes, I shall now attend to the admin. And I shall see you all next time. Ta-ra.